Have you ever been in the company of your cat and then just all of a sudden they start staring at the wall, staring at the ceiling, staring at a lamp, eyes seemingly locked and fixed on something that seems totally irrelevant and pointless? You can see what they're looking at, but they're giving off the vibes that, well, there's something far more to the story, perhaps? Something is there that you can't see. In this video, I'll talk about why cats many times will become fixated on something that will leave us a bit confused and baffled. Is your cat just being curious? Perhaps putting on a show for your entertainment? Or is your cat seeing a ghost? Stay tuned. If your cat has all but made a habit of staring at walls and seemingly tracking things inside of your home that you simply can't see, then, well, join the club. One of the most common questions from cat owners deals with today's topic, or some variation of it. What is my cat doing? What is my cat looking at? Since I can't see it, is it a ghost? While there is no 100% truth, because we'll never be able to see life through the eyes of a feline, there are, however, a few explanations for why cats stare off into space at times. It must first be stated that cats sense motion. They detect motion far better than we can. Visual motion. This, as a small example, is why cats will lock eyes on a leaf blowing in the wind and choose to attack it. Even something subtle, something that we can see, will draw the most of their attention. This is one of the reasons why cats like certain toys. It's all about the motion. We've all seen those videos where a group of cats are gathered and then someone off camera has a string or a stick and is moving it from left to right. And of course, what we see as the audience is the group of cats just moving their heads from left to right, back and forth, keeping track of each movement. In my old introduction for this very channel, I featured a funny example of motion tracking, the good old laser pointer. I'll offer up a blast from the past and show you the clip right now. Anyone nostalgic seeing this a bit, especially if you've been around the channel for a long time? These cats, and it's a bit hard to see, but they're tracking the red dot. Full attention on the red dot. At any rate, because cats are able to visually detect motion far better than we can, they become more alert to environmental changes, let's say. Cats can also see spectrums of light that we can't, shadows and sun glares, any type of light casting shapes on the wall. The smallest things, well, cats will notice. Another factor that plays a huge role in the whole seeing things we can't topic is the curious nature of felines. Just because cats have a better visual tracker than we do, that alone is not enough to move the needle. The cat has to care. And because felines are naturally curious animals, they'll care all right. A cat could dedicate an entire afternoon to tracking the smallest shadow on your living room wall. Why? Well, because they can, and because they're curious, that's why. Another aspect to consider with this topic is stress and anxiety. Fear, fight or flight. Another reason as to why your cat is acting like they see something outside of the fact they likely do is the fact that whatever it is could very well be new and unfamiliar. And when safety and security is the name of the game, something new and unfamiliar demands attention, their attention. And whatever it is could be a threat. Cats, well, they can't really afford to take any chances around things they don't know and understand. Flickers of light, for example, if this is something new for your cat in a new area of the home, let's say, it's worth investigation and certainly not something that needs to be ignored, so your cat will naturally focus in on it and check it out. If your cat has locked eyes on something that you can't see, there's a good bet that some level of investigation is indeed taking place. It's not good enough just to see it. Your cat has to stay locked on it just to try to figure it out and attempt to see if it's friend, foe, or nothing worth caring about at all. I'd say 99% of the time, if we're talking about shadows on the wall, a situation where there's no honest threat, a cat will lock in, check things out, and then just give up. Once they realize that whatever they've discovered is harmless, they'll just move on to the next thing. As an owner, it's always a smart play to offer your cat support, especially if you've owned your pet for a long time and they trust you. If your cat appears to be fixated on something, even if it's something that you can't see, go check it out. Track your cat's eyes and go mess with something, even if that means placing your hand on the wall, the lamp, whatever it is. This will give your cat a sense of confidence that you're taking care of the situation. And if it's a shadow, let's be honest, just you being over there will likely cause it to vanish altogether. Just the fact that you've taken action will put your cat at ease, especially if you can sense that whatever it is has really unnerved your pet. And before I close things out for this video and this topic, I've got a quick story for everyone. Many years ago, my senior cat named Burl, and if you've been around the channel for a few years, you've likely heard that name. He was my 20-something who passed away a few years ago. With respect to today's topic, later in his life, he would relax on the sofa, right next to a nightstand, let's say a sort of a junk drawer stand with a lamp on it. Whatever you call yours, just that table at the end of the sofa. Somewhere along the line, I can't recall when, Burl would just look over at the lamp, but also right above the lamp. Head turned towards the side a bit, just tilted to the left, looking up at the light. This went on and off for probably a full year. After a while, I just decided that he was looking at a ghost. Perhaps the spirit of another cat that I used to care for. He never seemed scared, never seemed afraid, never attempted to slap the lamp and make a scene. He would just look at the light, almost like there was something in the light. I never asked him what he was looking at, and he certainly never told me, and that was that. But it was obvious. I would look over at him, and he'd just be staring at the light. Not the light bulb or the lamp, but the light coming from the lamp. Was it a ghost? I don't know. The spirit of Garfield or Morse the cat from those old TV commercials? Who knows? I tell that story to simply say that Burl, for about a year, was fixated on something that I just could not see. I never saw a thing. But I'm positive he did. It went on without fail. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, did your cat seemingly make a habit of seeing visuals, getting visually locked in on things that you're unable to see, have never been able to see? Have you drawn any conclusions, any positive resolutions? If you have an interesting story to share, please let me know. And hey, if you think that your cat is looking at a ghost, please let me know. I'm certainly not going to judge. Could be. I can tell you what science has to say about it, about a feline's visual ability, but that doesn't mean that other things that can't be explained are not still on the table. The comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching. And as always, I will talk to you later.